Hello, Raider Nation. Welcome to the Raider Homer Superfan Show. On today's episode, me and the Raider Critique discuss all things Raiders. Now, the Raider Nation is deep in Texas, and in this episode, you'll hear me name dropping like a motherfucker. But believe it or not, I'm not trying to talk myself up. I'm just highly impressed with the job the presidents of these clubs in the Texas Raider Nation have done. As a little Raider homer, I felt like I was the only Raider fan in Texas until 2006, when I found the Silver and Black of Central Texas. When I joined the SBCT, I met a lot of good people that I still call friends today. And with this channel, I hope to rep the Texas Raider Nation with pride and poise and a commitment to excellence. So kick back and enjoy, Raider Nation, and be sure to subscribe to the Raider Critique, and I'll see you in the next episode.
What's up, Raider Critique?
Hey, what's going on there, Raider Homer? How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, man. I'm just hanging out.
Just hanging out, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
being a single dad and whatnot.
Hey, I hear you, bro. That's a rough life.
Oh, hell yeah, it is.
That's a rough fucking life,
Especially
bro.
when your daughter is 9 years old going on 40, you know?
Oh, shit. Yeah, I got a son doing the same damn thing. He's real mouthy. You know what I mean?
Man. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Sometimes you gotta be put in line. But, yeah, you know how it works, dude. I don't know what it is about these kids nowadays. But, yeah, man, I was just letting you know I'm ready. I'm down to do this phone call whenever. I'm kind of ready for your questions, I would say. You know what I mean?
Have you ever seen my BoJack fan, ATX 1980 channel?
No, I haven't.
Check it out, dude. I mean, it's pretty cool. That was what led me to doing, I've always been interested in YouTube. Honestly, I was looking at this. I play Marvel Contest of Champions. So, I looked on YouTube, and there's all these video channels, all these channels that have videos that give you tips and shit. And so that's kind of where I got the idea to get back into YouTube. And then I heard Murph, and I got inspired. But hell, who could be like Murph, So I had to find my own route,
dude.
you know what I mean? Yeah, Murph is badass, dude.
I love his camera presence. Dude. And even though a lot of people bitch at him about not looking at the camera, man, hey, that's fine.
Who the hell is bitching? He's talking to Uncle Mosh, Dude, don't bitch about it. Come on.
Don't bitch about it, dude. I mean, at least he's got a fucking co-host, somebody who actually watches the Raiders too, because I can't find anybody around here who's dedicated enough to come in and sit in with me weekly.
I'll be willing to. Of course, I can't drive up there weekly, but like I said, dude, if you want to get together, let's get together, man. You're fucking 2 hours away from me. You're in Coppers Cove, right?
Yeah, dude, I'm not far away.
Yeah, dude, we can get together and do some
30 minutes.
And you said you were in that fan club, right? And I don't want to, copy anybody over there at Raider Fan Radio, but. Splatterhead, he's fucking got it going on, interviewing all the fan clubs and whatnot, dude. That's something that, me and you could lead the way here in Texas, dude. Doesn't Watts Raider live in Dallas?
Yeah, we were all talking about going to a game together the other day.
We're going to Texas, the Texas game. The Silver and Black of Central Texas is going there.
Yeah, that's what, we were talking about going to the same game, because we're playing at Reliant. Last time we played there was when
the playoff game.
Yeah, I didn't get to go to that one.
I went to that one, dude.
When Hugh Jackson was still our coach.
Oh man, I almost went to that one. I wish I would have went to that one. That was the one that we had 10 guys on the field, right? But I was the 11th guy, and Huff got the interception in the end zone. I should have went to that one, dude, because I was a Huff fan, man. I went to Huff's celebrity basketball game, dude, and I got his autograph. I got Stanford Route's autograph. Thomas Howard, rest in peace, Raider in peace.
Stanford Route, that was the fucking name I was trying to think of the other day. Because I was like, who the fuck was the other cornerback who was on that motherfucker?
Dude, and he was from Texas. He's from Texas, from Austin, dude. And believe it or not, dude, back when he was playing for the Raiders, dude, right around the time I went to that celebrity basketball game, I'm at work and I stop and I get something to eat. I'm not shopping. I'm looking for lunch, right? So I stop and I get something to eat at this corner store on it's Burnett. And it's the corner store. On Burnett Road. Yeah. Okay. And then in that corner store on the cash register, this guy has Stanford Route cards like stuck to his register. And I was like, "You're a Raider fan?" He's like, "No. That guy's family comes in here and shops." I was like, "Really? Cool." And they were what do you call them, like the prototype cards. So they weren't actually released unless the player gave them to somebody, and it was Stanford Route gave them to that corner store, and the corner store person was nice enough to give them to me, and that's the card I got signed by Stanford Route at the celebrity basketball game.
Shit, that's what's up, dude. That's what's up.
I always look for something like that, you know, like the Silver and Black of Central Texas is tied with the Texas Raider Nation, right? The club up in Dallas, right? And Roland's over there, and my president knows him, and they all work together and things like that.
See,
and we ended up.
I think that's who Scream's trying to get in with y'all, man. Because that's what Scream was trying to do around here, was get the Raider Nation big enough to where we could be fucking like a part of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because,
it's really good. It's the Raider Nation has the I-35 corridor sold up, dude, from Dallas all the way to San Antonio. You know, there's the Dallas club, the Austin club, that's us, you know, and then the San Antonio club, and they're fucking packed, dude. They always see them together. Like I said, dude, I went to Roland was throwing that Michael Crabtree Crab Pie Foundation football camp. And we went up there, dude. I got on the field at the Cotton Bowl and playing water boy, watering all the little athletes on the field, you know. And dude, I ended up, we weren't supposed to. Roland got mad at me, but I ended up getting a picture with Khalil Mack and his autograph. But it was a blast. I always look for something like that. I mean, I used to go watch the Raiders in San Antonio, or not in San Antonio, in Austin when they went to St. Edwards, you know, in practice, you know, back in the early 90s. Any chance to see the Raiders in Texas, I go for it, you know.
Hell yeah, man. Well, that's the way it should be. To be honest with you, I kind of wish that we would stop practicing out there in California and practice down here more.
Yeah,
you know, our owners are best friends, well, at least they were.
No, they are best friends, dude. Jerry Jones helped Mark Davis. Look, when Mark Davis had to eat the shit. Mark Davis had to eat the shit, dude, when, you know, he wanted to go to Carson and they blocked him. He had to eat the shit. You remember him saying, you know, this is a failed day for the Raider Nation, but we'll come back, you know, and he did. He come back and he landed a deal in Las Vegas, and a lot of people in Oakland are mad, and they should be, because there's a lot of tradition in Oakland, but at the same time, he landed a deal of the century for the NFL and for the Raiders, but mostly for the Raiders, dude. And because, like, I've been listening to the podcast, and somebody was saying something about how important it is to actually get that stadium, because then you get more revenue. Mark Davis, he's going to start making that kind of money, because he's going to get some kind of percentage out of all that. So he invests that right, then he can build up his revenue, you know, and the team revenue. And that's like, you know, you're supposed to have a certain amount of money saved up if you're going to sign these players. Like, it's going in the right direction, you know.
Well, it has to go in this direction, and this is what a lot of people don't understand. You know, Jerry Jones told Al that he would take care of his son, man. Al asked him to take care of his son while he was gone.
And you know what? And Jerry Jones and MD, Jerry Jones' son and MD are going to be working together for fucking the next 2 to 3 decades, dude.
Exactly, and they've already known each other. You already know they've been hung out
together. They grew up together, I'm sure.
They grew up together, I'm sure. You know, you really sit there and think about it. I mean, this is kind of the way shit has to go.
Yeah.
You know, even Mark was sitting there trying to say, Jerry, you fucked me. I wanted to go to L.A. You fucked me. You know what I mean?
Well, he wanted to go to L.A. because he wanted to stay in California. Yeah, he wanted to stay in California.
Chill, man. I'm going to get you the deal of a lifetime. Just sit back and wait. I told your daddy I was going to take care of you. Now sit back. You know what I mean? And you know that's how it worked out, because they be talking to each other like we talk to each other. Yeah. You know what I mean? You know, it's inevitable. It's just that we're not a part of that in crowd, so we don't get to hear that. You know? Yeah. But they've got a good idea. It's a really good idea. There's a reason why we're not moving to San Antonio, because, well, I mean,
Mark Davis doesn't like the AstroTurf. You know, apparently they were trying to change the AstroTurf, but yeah, you can't make that team travel that much. That's why he wanted to go for that San Francisco deal. You know, he didn't want to leave the Bay Area, but he just doesn't want to be sued, you know, and then have to pay for his own lawsuit. That's why it's taking so long. And everybody's saying that the NFL is pressuring Mark Davis, but Mark Davis is still stalling. He's stalling like a motherfucker, you know?
Let's talk about that, because I actually haven't even really voiced my opinion about that whole ordeal that we've got going on in Oakland right now, and with San Diego and Oracle Field over in San Francisco, how we're not able to move there, but they're stonewalling us, but they're okay with us to fucking play at Levi. Let's talk about that a little bit. How do you feel about that?
Well, the 49ers would make money off of us playing in Levi.
Exactly.
If we play in that AT&T Park, I think is the Giants Park, in San Francisco, the Giants make that money. And that was the whole point, too. That's why the Raiders wanted out of the Coliseum, because they were tired of splitting money with the A's, because don't the A's own a certain percentage of all the income? Don't they have the rights to that? Yeah, because they own a certain percentage of that whole stadium,
Well, ever since that they rebuilt the fences and everything like that for the A's, they've had, and they've been to the playoffs more than we have in the past 10, 15 years. So of course they're getting favored. They're getting favored over us, and it's always been like that. But what pisses me off about the whole thing is that we've been stonewalled every fucking turn that we've looked, to where the only place that we're going to get to play is in Oakland. And you already know that the politicians are looking to stick it to Mark Davis, making him spend a shit ton of money just to play there one more year, and the NFL is okay with this.
Yeah, well, look, the NFL is not okay with them sticking it to Mark Davis, I don't think, because they're getting sued too. The NFL they just want to get it over with, But like Mark Davis is the one holding a grudge. Yeah, Mark Davis is the one holding a grudge, dude. But I would say that the NFL just wants out of this whole ordeal and go to Vegas, because that's why they have the draft there, and there's talk about the 2025. Super Bowl being played there, dude. There's so much going on in Las Vegas,
So what number is too high to play in O.Co for one more season?
I mean, I would think, Mark Davis would try to negotiate the same deal, right? That way he doesn't take any money off the table. He presents himself as a, stick to his word type of guy, even though it's not always that way, but I think that's why he would. Yeah, well, I think that's why they're stalling. He wants to stay right there, and he's going to say, no, you're trying to sue me. I'm not going to pay any more. But I would think that the NFL is like, hey, look, you're trying to sue us too. We just want out of here. So let's get this deal done with, That's what I would think. And that's why the NFL is not really putting too much pressure. That's, they're not reporting on that shit about how the NFL is cracking down on Mark Davis or anything like that. And believe me, the media is they would love that,
Of course they would. But they already love hating on us as much as it is. If they could find something out like that, we would never be out of the news.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. The NFL's it's not there yet. The NFL wants they know that Mark Davis made them billions of dollars by moving to Vegas. And not only did they get a brand new stadium, funded by the public, but they get a spot, for the Super Bowl, for the draft, for one of the most popular teams of all time.
We finally start getting
in a city where it's high traffic and the Raider Nation travels, and not only that, but it opens up the door for like the NFL saying, okay, now that the Raiders are there, we can gamble, and it's not like they moved the Cowboys, the good boy team.
It's new and unexplored territory.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I mean, think about it.
Billions of dollars to be made in this deal.
And think about it. We're the second team to do it, because the first team to do it was a hockey team.
Yeah, and they're winning. And apparently
the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, apparently the fucking sales in Vegas are going pretty well. I have a friend, a personal friend of mine that's looking into it. I would love to have been able to get into a position to buy one of the PSAs. I would love to have been able to do that. I'm just not, But
I'll be honest with you. I'm not. I understand capitalism. I understand why it's here. I understand why it works. Doesn't mean I like it. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, there's some things not to like about it, but hey, man, who doesn't like money, though,
Well, of course. I mean, you got to have it to live.
Yeah. You can't go to a Raider game without it, No,
you definitely can't, and you definitely can't get front row seats.
Yeah.
You can't buy them expensive beers. You can't have that hot dog.
Right.
And you're definitely if you're not talking about spending a bunch of money, then you want to end up going to places like Arizona or Reliant. You're not going to Dallas, and you're not going to Oakland. Well, not even Oakland, Las Vegas, because Las Vegas is going to be quite steep. You know what I mean? Unless they keep the ticket prices down, and we know that's not going to happen.
Well, now the NFL contracts are going up, so of course the ticket prices are going up. That's the way it works. That's why you don't want these players holding out on you all the damn time, because if for every dollar you pay the player, you have to make what, 10, 20? Well, I don't know the numbers, but you have to make something off of that.
Well, you wouldn't be a business if you weren't making money.
Right. So
you're not in business to sink. You're in business to swim, dude. you know, and more than likely float on a nice big yacht while everybody else is swimming up
with a chili bowl haircut.
Hey, I can't hate the man for doing what he's done. You know,
he's done a lot, dude.
The team was purchased back in, I believe it was 1960 for $150,000. And you look at it now with how much that they are above that. I think they're worth now $2.1 billion.
Yeah, right around $2 billion. That's worth, though, right? That's worth. So that's not necessarily income, but yeah, but that worth gives you equity, right?
Exactly.
You know? So yeah, I mean, they're in a good spot.
Exactly. Well, this is what a lot of people don't understand. They're like, oh, the Raiders are making bad moves. The Raiders are doing this. Raiders are getting Mike Mayock as a general manager.
I was shocked about that too, but you know what? If Mike Mayock can allow Gruden to focus on the X's and O's while he, evaluates the talent, knowing that they have an understanding of what they're looking for, then I think that it'll be okay. Because that was Reggie's biggest deal, right? Is he never drafted? I would think, did he draft the kind of? Did he ever draft the kind of players that would fit like a Ken Norton defensive system? That's why Ken Norton succeeded when he went back to the Seahawks, because they had players that they were drafting for that system, and he knew that system. So that's kind of where Reggie kind of faltered, right? But Reggie saved us some cap hell. He got us Derek Carr. He got us fucking Khalil Mack, and he got us, Gabe Jackson. Dude, he did a B+ job, B grade job. It just wasn't going to work out with, Gruden and McKenzie, because, Gruden he wants his own thing. That's what it is. He wants his own thing, because Gruden knows that everybody's talking about how he can't draft a team and he can't do that. And I'm pretty sure he understands that it's too big for him to do by himself, but he wants guys that are going to be able to draft for his system, that have, that an eye that he trusts. That's what it is.
And where a lot of the stem of the hate comes from for John Gruden, the way I feel about it is it's a lot of these people who were not here for his first term.
Yeah, that's why I don't listen to a lot of them. But even though there's a lot that bitch about him right now because of Khalil Mack. But I mean, I kind of get that. But at the same time, it's like you're a Raider fan. When like I said, when Derek Carr leaves, if he retires a Raider, he's gonna be cool with me. If he goes somewhere else and plays, he's the enemy, but...
I was shocked that we let go of Khalil Mack, but I wasn't surprised.
I called it, dude. I don't know. You're not in my little group, Raiderholics Asylum on Facebook. I can add you, but I called it, dude. I called it. Well, it's hardcore, dude. You gotta have thick skin. There's some guys on there that don't give a fuck, dude, and they will tell you exactly what they think.
And that's the way it should be, though.
Yeah, well, you can. You got to be able to listen.
These fuckers pussyfooting around.
Yeah, it's not a circle jerk Raider by yaw, right? You gotta, if you can stand your ground with your opinions, when somebody's telling you something that you don't agree with, and you can prove yourself to a certain extent, and then learn from them, that's where you want to be. You want to learn things like that. You want your opinion to evolve.
I would love for my opinion to evolve. It's kind of why I do the channel that I do, because I want somebody to come in there and change my motherfucking mind. Change my mind.
Like Steven Crowder, change my mind.
When I first started this channel, my fucking first thing was I want to be able to be heard by not only the fans, but I'm hoping that the organization is taking a listen to also, and maybe Mark Davis, hopefully, with any type of luck, is hearing some of this shit that I am talking, because some of this shit he needs to hear.
Well, they have PR. They have PR. I'm sure they hear that. That's why Mikey got in trouble with the Raiders for a little while, because they found him.
But to be honest with you, I went from going against him to kind of siding with him, and that's where I am now. It's like
I've never been against Mark Davis, never. Because like I said, dude, a lot of the Raider fans were like, Mr. Davis. Do you remember where they got that billboard, right? I've already mentioned this, in our previous call, but they got the billboard where they were asking Al Davis to hire a GM. Mark Davis did that. He got a GM and he took a back seat, and he let his GM, hire Dennis Allen. And then when that didn't work out, then he stepped in and he said, we need JDR. And I think that's where the confusion started, because then Reggie wasn't drafting people to match JDR. Reggie wanted to draft people to match his system, right? And then we got Gruden, and Gruden brought in Cable, and there was, you know, Mayock was interviewed by the Raider, the Raider owner Al Davis, and you know, so there's a whole bunch of history, you know, and that's why they've looked on. You know, they've leaned on the alumni of the Raiders, you know, to try to bring back that tradition, dude, because Mark Davis wants that tradition. Mark Davis wants to win a Super Bowl. He wants to win multiple Super Bowls. Mark Davis wants to make his dad proud, you know, and not only that, but he wants to set himself up.
Mark Davis is personally
Mark Davis wants to make his dad proud, and Mark Davis wants to solidify his own spot, you know, in the NFL.
What it seems like to me is that he sells out for money.
Who doesn't?
Well,
Mac did it.
Well, I don't. You know what I mean?
Well, we're smaller than that. You know, you put somebody puts billions of dollars in your face, you're going, you know.
Well, of course, but I mean, when it comes to moral and, you know, I've always had a problem with people in suits. You know, and the reason why it is because the morality of things. They don't ever choose the moral way. They always choose the money way because that's the way they think. You know, they only think about the bottom dollar. That's all they fucking care about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like with the Kareem Hunt deal. Kareem Hunt should have been signed a long goddamn time ago because even when the video came out and posted, everybody saw that she was the aggressor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but Kareem Hunt, they had to let him go. They had to let him go because it doesn't matter. There was no audio. Well, there was no audio on that video. All you saw was the visual part of it.
But can you tell me that she didn't look like
that bitch was drunk. That bitch was drunk.
She was drunk.
She was pissed because he didn't want to bone her. Whatever it was, he wasn't supposed to do that. Whatever it was, he wasn't supposed to push her down and kick her, dude. That's the whole thing. The NFL had to they had to suspend him, and the Chiefs had to cut him.
So I'll have to rewatch that video because I could have swore somebody came up from behind him and pushed him, and he hit her.
No, that was he. No, he had a friend. I think what you're talking about is that he had a friend that was in the middle of it trying to break it up, and he pushed him into her trying to get through him.
Okay, that's how it was. Yeah, like I said, I gotta rewatch that video, see how the fuck that was. But
yeah,
I mean, it is what it is, you know. But when it comes to corporations and shit like that, it's kind of like why I don't like certain channels. You know what I mean? Because they look too corporate for me, and of course, I don't believe they're real fans. You know what I mean? Because that's their niche. You know what I mean? Let them sit there and do that shit. You know what I mean? It's just when everything comes real and the draft comes is when I'll come back. You know, and everything gets to be about
I tell you what,
football.
though, the off season never. You know, the season. There's never an off season, right? You know.
No, really, man. Normally it's just sitting around twiddling my thumbs waiting to hear something. You know, and being so far away, you know, you don't hear very much unless you're on YouTube and shit like that all the time, which. You know,
can't trust everything on there, but that's
what
I'm trying to do.
Everything on there.
I don't want to put up, you know, I don't want to put out a channel that's like trying to take itself too seriously. You know, I'm just trying to put a channel out there where I can field calls from the disgruntled Raider Nation, from the happy Raider Nation. You know, I want to hear it all, dude. I want to hear it all, and it's hard to get people to actually trust you, to call you. You know, so I have to honor what they say. You know, and I'm learning from them too.
Yeah, at least you have a direction. I don't have a direction at all. I just kind of want to get my opinion out there, and hopefully some will agree, some will disagree, but hopefully my channel will be a mediation point to kind of unite the tribes to where we're all kind of, you know, it's because let's think about it here. When it comes to common sense, if you try to understand the Raiders, it's really hard to understand what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
You know, but then when you really dig deep into it, you understand, fuck, we've never had a general manager before Reggie McKenzie. Al Davis was our general manager. This is all new to us, dude. We have no idea. It's kind of like having Russia accept democracy. They have no fucking idea what they're doing, but they're trying. You know, so you gotta pat them on the back for it. You know, you gotta kind of pat them on the back for it. Be like, shit. Well, at least you're trying. You know, and that's kind of what we're doing too. That's why we had a feeling out process with Reggie McKenzie. And it's why I'm not tripping so much about John Gruden. A lot of people don't remember that his first stint took 3 years to finally develop. And with that development, he still had Al Davis picking out his personnel.
Yeah, right. That's
he still had Al Davis doing everything for him. So I do believe that Mark is like,
right there, the Raider Nation needs to remember is that, yes, even though he did have Al Davis picking his players, he learned from Al Davis what to look for. And then he went to Tampa Bay, and he was trying to do it his own, right, on his own way, and it didn't quite work out. So you would assume that he's coming back to Oakland saying, look, Al knew what the fuck he was doing, so I need to do that, you know. And that's, you know, like Al, right?
Well, I kind of had
Al
the feeling
put the
that fucking-
franchise tag. Al put the franchise tag on Charles Woodson how many times? You know, he was not going to drop big money for Charles Woodson.
But he wasn't gonna let him go either.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But you know, that's the solid that Mark Davis did. That's the solid that Mark Davis did for, you know, Khalil Mack. He let Khalil Mack get paid because he knew he wasn't going to match that. And you can say he got pissed off and he overreacted and he came back and he said he did that exactly. He regretted it. But at the same time, even though he might regret it, you know, he knew he made the right move. He made the right move.
I'm about to say, back then I wasn't so sure, but right now I feel really good, especially looking at that $83 million in cap room. That $83 million in cap room is nice. You know what we can do with that?
You can sign like a Collins, you know, or a Hicks, right? Or you can sign Ialoka, who knows Gunther's system, and an Anthony Barr, who is shaky a little bit in pass coverage, but you know he's a pass rusher. You know,
and you still got Mosley out there too. You know what I mean?
Mosley's gonna get the fucking franchise tag, dude. There's no way they're letting him out of there. They love their middle linebacker in fucking Baltimore.
Well, they better keep him, because if they don't, we're gonna snag him up.
Yeah,
you know?
maybe. But
all the money in the world.
I know they put Kabinda in the middle, but I kind of like Markel Lee in the middle. That's what I mean.
I would have
mind
Markel Lee too.
I wouldn't mind putting Markel Lee back in the middle, and then, you know, getting a strong side, you know, somebody to cover the tight end.
You know, I sure do miss me some Kirk Morrison, man.
Oh,
As
man,
much as-
I got a Kurt Morrison jersey right here. Yeah, oh yeah.
Man, and he ran the middle like no other. It was him and Craig Bickert, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love the way those guys operated the middle, and I just really wish we could find another guy like that. We thought we had one of Rolando McClain.
Yeah,
I
well,
mean,
something about them Alabama boys. If it ain't Ken Stabler, you know.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about Alabama, man. I don't know what they're feeding their
I mean,
boys over there.
Ken Stabler was a partier too. He was just a fucking champion at the same time, you know.
About to say, whatever they're feeding their boys out there in Alabama, they obviously test for in the NFL. You know? So I don't know what happens to them guys, but they don't do very well at the NFL level.
Yeah,
You know,
that's why I didn't want Reuben Foster, but he's turning out to be okay. But you know, that's why maybe they I don't know if they would take that defensive tackle from Alabama, because Hurst is playing well. You know, so that's what I mean. It's like if that guy were to
As far as I'm
fall in your
concerned, I don't
lap,
think
you know, you would want. I would still want to trade out, man. Just gotta,
well,
you gotta
who's the
trade
guy
out.
that just got hurt? Who's the guy that just got hurt,
For
man?
Oklahoma?
I believe it's Oklahoma.
Marquise Brown, the wide receiver.
No, this was a defensive guy, I believe.
Oh, I'm
I think it was a defensive end. But we sure do need some defensive ends. I don't really think too heavy into interior defensive linemen, because we still got Vanderdush. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And he's going to come back sooner or later, and he's going to be a beast.
Yeah.
But then again, it's a partial ACL tear.
And
he's been
then
gone
we
for
still
a
got
year and a
Ellis.
half.
Ellis is quietly,
Yeah, but are we
edging
gonna
out a
re-sign him?
career. I would
Yeah,
think
that's
so.
fair.
If he doesn't, ask for more than what he's worth. If he knows his place, I would think he would. But he's not
Yeah,
that
but what's
bad.
his place? I'm about to say, what's his place? Because he's the starter on our team. He's
Well-
going to be a backup anywhere else, though.
I mean, like
You know?
middle of the pack money. You know.
Yeah, like that's what I'm thinking. Like no more than 5.
But
Yeah.
I mean, you never know, dude. But I would kind of hope that they would keep some of the guys that they trust enough to pay middle of the pack money to, because you want guys coming back that are familiar with your system. And
Yes,
Justice Ellis, man, Justin Ellis, he's been with us for a while. He's going through that same thing that Carr's going through all the defensive coordinators and schemes. Well, I mean, I guess he only had Ken Norton, but it's the second one.
Nobody thinks about that either, and the ones who do think about it, they want to call it bleeding heart. Oh yeah, we're a bunch of bleeding hearts, and there's a bunch of fucking Derek Carr dick riders. Nah, man, look at how many coordinators they've had.
Yeah, no, that's true. But at the same time, this is it. Like, because Carr, his best year was his second year with Musgrave. So that's when he was great, MVP caliber, right? So Gruden is a better coach than Musgrave, a better play caller. So in his second year, Carr has to win, because we know he can put up passing numbers, but we gotta win, dude.
Why do we-
Otherwise, we do really have to step back and be Raider fans and say, hey, look, they're going to have to move into another direction or get another quarterback because, you know, we're not winning. Carr is a badass, you know, as far as a passer, but, you know, when it comes to winning, man, it's just he's not going to take the team to that next level without help. And that's, you can be okay. It's okay, right?
Like you say, without help, yeah. but
Rich
I mean,
Gannon
there's
was
bunch
a
of-
backup forever. Rich Gannon got traded. So you
That's
got him
it,
on
there's a
our
bunch of
team, and
them.
he had the right players, and then they went somewhere. So I'm okay with that, you know, but
There's a bunch of mediocre quarterbacks that have won Super Bowl.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, Brad
Trent
Johnson.
Dilfer.
But
Brad
see, that's
Johnson,
what, but
you know?
but see, that's what I still step back and say. Look, Carr's a better quarterback than Brad Johnson. So yes,
Yes, he is.
build the team around him. Yes, that's you know. But if let's say we do get an Antonio Brown, you know, and he can't connect with him, then you already got an Antonio Brown, and you got to start moving away from Carr. You know, so
Yep.
that's kind of, you know, tricky. But
I mean, this is his make it or break it year.
Oh, yeah.
If he doesn't do it this year, then I mean, already there's about a quarter, maybe 3/8 of us that are already wanting his head on a plate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not, you know, fortunately I'm not one of those people. I'm a Derek Carr lover. I hope to
yeah,
God he
man,
takes it.
I bought his jersey back in 2014, man.
I would say that I saw some shit out of that guy that I have not seen in a long time out of a Raider quarterback. And I remember the Jamarcus Russell years.
Oh,
Fuck
God.
those years. Oh my God.
I bought the Jamarcus Russell jersey, dude. I bought the toy. That's when I joined the Silver and Black of Central Texas. I was like, oh, yeah, our show's back. We got Jamarcus Russell. Super Bowl, baby.
Hey,
you know, and I was like,
I got a video
oh,
on my
come
channel.
on.
I got a video back on my channel back from 2010 with that same toy, and I threw that motherfucker. I was like, thank God you're gone, because it was right after we traded him.
Damn, man.
Yeah, I wound up driving a nail through that motherfucker.
See, and that's the other
Turning
thing,
to him
dude,
and
a lot-
Dragging him from the back of my truck.
You know, that's the other thing, dude. That's the other thing, you know, is a lot of people say that Gruden, you know, led a team that was built by Al Davis, but Al Davis made some mistakes too. But Al Davis, you don't ever really question Al Davis in his entirety, you know what I mean? Just because at the end of his career, he was chasing that Super Bowl loss from 2002, you know, but I mean, he made a mark. He did find, you know, Jacoby Ford, right? You know, we've all seen the videos where they talk about that, where Matt Millen is talking about, you know, he did find Sebastian Janikowski. They said he was crazy. He was kind of, you know, Darius
Yeah, and he
Hayward
picked his
Bay,
ass up
but
first round, dude.
you know, but when all those crazy picks came together, all those crazy picks came together the year that he died, and they won a game, you know. So, you know, these players, you know, if they're motivated in the right way, they could achieve a lot of different things, and you never really know if they're gonna do that. So it's a crapshoot, you know. So
Yep.
yes, Gruden could lose his ass in this draft, but if he were to trade out of the 4th round pick, he wouldn't be making a bad pick or the 4th overall pick, you know.
Listen, this is a make it and break it year, not only for Derek Carr, but for John Gruden as well, because it's been really given, like, this is the first time that he's given everything.
Yeah. Well, no,
You know
yeah,
what
he
I
was
mean?
given everything in Tampa, but this is the first time he's
But this is
given
the first time he's
everything.
mentally capable to handle it.
Right. So this is the first time that he's been given everything where he has already failed. After he has already failed, because when he went to Tampa, he was given everything, and he was probably a little big-headed, thinking, "Hell, I'm going to do all this," you know. But
Right.
he failed, so you would think that he's going to come back and, you know, he wants to win for the Raider Nation. Whether you know,
This is what it all boils down to. Is, you know, he finally learned from all of his mistakes, and now
Yeah.
he's going to finally rewrite his own history, his own legacy, by being able to do it here, where's the place where he started it all.
yeah,
It's here in Oakland, you know. And I mean, you know, yeah, I know he was in Green Bay before, but his head coaching career didn't start
Yeah,
until he
no,
gave
yeah,
the
no.
opportunity.
yeah, his first shot was, you know, with the Raiders.
You know, and I give props to Mark for reaching out and getting him, man, because at first I was like, well, I understand why you do this, but why do it now? Why didn't you do it 2 years ago? And why the fuck did you break the bank for this dude?
Because he couldn't. No, hold on. Because he couldn't get Gruden out any sooner. And think about it, right?
Not
Look,
only
Derek,
that, but look how much money he was making.
Yeah, but
He
look,
was
people.
making a shit ton of money for ESPN, dude.
You know, yeah, but that's what I mean. So he was probably making. He would have made more there, but he can't coach the Raiders. You know, and people are talking about Derek Carr's contract and John Gruden's contract, dude. But now that Derek Carr set that, remember, he was the highest paid player, right? So he set a mark. And then John Gruden's coming, he's the highest paid coach. Now he's setting a mark. So all those marks are going to keep going up. So in 3 years from now, we're going to have team-friendly contracts with our quarterback and our coach.
Yep.
So in the long run, it's going to work itself out.
Well, shit, from what I heard, Gruden didn't even get paid this year.
I mean, I don't know about all that. I mean, I would insist that he take his money, because he did get us those first-round draft picks. He did clear up cap space, and he did have that team coached and prepared for the first 4 games. And then, the last 8 games, we actually were starting to win some here and there sprinkled in, and they never really gave up. Of course, the Chief game is the last impression we have of that 2018 team at the end where they got blown out. But take that game out, and they were pretty good. They weren't that bad.
Well, then again, look at who we played when we got blown out. You know what I mean? We did compete with them the first time that we played them, but then too.
Yeah, I was at that game. Yeah.
They knew exactly what we were going to do with every
And Derek Carr
moment.
came out chunking.
Yep.
Derek Carr came out chunking. If it weren't for the running backs fumbling that ball, 3 times, then we might have had a shot. And then also in the last Chiefs game, if Whitehead would have picked off those 2 passes, it would have been a lot different. And if Cook, the Cook Carr interception for a return, that was just bad all around. But Carr shouldn't have thrown it, of course. But Cook, what are you doing? If there's an audible,
I know exactly what play you're talking about, man.
You could tell that there was I don't know if he gave up. There was a screen on the left side. But Carr saw that shit wasn't going to work, and he went to Cook, his most trusted guy.
Stutter step.
Yeah, but Cook, I don't think
focused in on the corner.
Well, I don't think Cook got the hot read. That's what I'm saying. I don't think Cook got the hot read.
Yeah, like he missed the audible.
Yeah, he missed the audible. Yeah.
Yeah, because he did a stutter step, and then he was going to.
Yeah, and he started going out of bounds.
And then he went out of bounds, and I didn't get it either. Because I was looking, I was like, why did he just give up? Is that like a misread? Did somebody fuck up at the line of scrimmage?
Nah, just miscommunication, But, you take some of those dropped interceptions in that one play, and it's a different game, And, of course, there's always the, hindsight's 20/20 thing, But at the same time, you have to be able to recognize that, because it's not like they just didn't give a fuck.
During that game, I called that shit, too, because I was like, that's a momentum change right there.
Yeah.
When Shakir Whitehead dropped that first interception, I was like, oh, God, that's going to be killer on the momentum. And it was, too.
And then they beat Nick Nelson. They beat Nick Nelson on one of those deep bombs. It was a 20-yard pass, but Nick Nelson's up in the air and out of position, and boom, turns into a touchdown.
Yeah. That's one good thing. That's one thing about the Raiders that we already know. They like to put our corners on islands.
Yeah.
They like to put them safeties by themselves, trying to cover tight ends and running backs, which sometimes it just doesn't work out.
Well, that's what I mean. We need to get a tight end. We need to get a new strong safety, dude. A big body at strong safety, and move Carl Joseph over to free safety. And that will save up a lot, dude, because Carl Joseph's a hitter. He can play the run, and if you put him up on those smaller wide receivers where he can lay wood on them, they're not going to want to catch the ball anymore, but he's just too small to cover the tight end.
When it comes to safeties, I just want to get rid of fucking Reggie Nelson. I just want Reggie Nelson gone. I know his time's coming. You know what I mean? So, we get him out of there, and we get somebody like Tyron Matei. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, the Honey Badger.
The Honey Badger? I mean, I know they played him at corner most of his career, dude, but he could play safety.
I know, but you know what? There's no, if you look at Collins, I think Collins is the best one that we have a shot. It would be Ialoka or Collins, because Ialoka, he's not really coming out with the high price tag right now. But Collins might come with the high. Yeah, but a couple years, you can get 2-3 years out of him, and he knows Gunther's system. But Collins, I would prefer him because he's younger. I think he's coming into his second contract. But at the same time, what it's going to come down to, either Trey Flowers or Collins is going to get franchise tagged by the Patriots. So either one of those players would be good if we can go after them. If we can set our sights, even though Trey Flowers, I think they run the 3-4, but Trey Flowers is
I'm really sick of
monster.
Bengals players. I'll just be honest with you. The Bengals defense, everybody always overhyped them as being one of the best defenses in the league.
Well, they were nasty, dude. They played. That's why I liked watching them, because they were nasty old style Raider. Perfect, knocking out people.
Yep.
I mean, that was
perfectly. Yeah, well, perfect is the reason to watch that team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, of course, if you want to see Pac-Man act out, when he was playing over there.
When Pac-Man smashed Cooper's fucking head into his own helmet.
Yep.
You know, like what a pussy. I'm glad Cooper's gone, dude. Man, he never had that kind of passion he showed in Dallas, dude. For whatever reason, dude. And I mean, if he would have showed that kind of passion in Oakland, dude, what could he have accomplished that he didn't already? You know?
See, that's what a lot of these people don't understand, too. Like, I'll go and look at all these podcasters and whatnot. You know there's more Raider podcasters than anybody else?
It's because the Raider Nation likes to talk.
You know what I mean? You don't see motherfuckers in Sweden wearing a Dallas Cowboys star.
Yeah, but you see Crusader Raider over there, though, in that part of the world.
yeah, and he's probably got about 25 to 3,000 people following him.
Yeah.
You know, that's from his own country. So, I mean, it's like, you know, I'm just going to be real about it. You don't see many podcasters out there anywhere. How could you be a dude like Amari Cooper and disrespect a franchise like the Raiders?
Because you're a heartless, spineless coward.
Yeah, Alabama.
Or like Fu said, you know, you're a sissy.
Yeah. Well, I don't really know what to even think about that guy. I know he was one of my favorite wide receivers. I was happy when we got him because, you know, I just felt that it was finally good to have two decent wide receivers.
Yeah, it looked good.
Crabtree.
I mean, on paper, it looked good. But like I said, dude, Cooper and Crabtree were leading the league in drops for 2 years straight.
Yeah.
You know? So,
yeah, and that was supposed to be one of the most elite wide receiver duos in the league.
You know, so at the beginning of the year, it looked good. Yeah, at the beginning of the year, it looked good on paper. But at the end of the year, they were leading the league in drops. You know? So, was it that good? That's what you have to stop back. You have to step back and ask yourself, you know. Like Crabtree, I would like to have kept. You know, I was glad we signed him. But at the same time, you cannot go get into a fight over a goddamn necklace and expect for John Gruden to want to keep you on his team. He doesn't want that kind of shit.
I didn't want to keep him anyway. To be honest with you, when he first got signed over, I was like, okay, so we finally got him. But I remember this dude lip-syncing to himself. Thank God when we didn't draft him, when we picked up Darius Hayward-Bay.
Yeah, but you know what? In the end, though, dude, he kind of earned my respect, dude, because when we lost to Baltimore, they were asking Crabtree, when the ESPN and everybody was slamming the Raiders, they asked Crabtree, hey, how did it feel being your own team? And he's like, or old team, he's like, yeah, I don't care about all that, man. I love the Raiders. I love the Raiders. That's when Crabtree earned my respect back. And I was like, all right, that's badass, dude. You know?
Yep, see, that's the way I feel about it too, man. I mean, Crabtree I was happy when he came in because it was like, all right, now we finally got the wide receiver that we needed, but I'm still not going to trust this dude completely because
but he would have been a great slot receiver, you know, this year. He would have been a really...
Kept it. We should have got rid of fucking Amari Cooper's bitch ass and fucking kept Crabtree, but instead we got rid of both of them.
Well, because they probably wanted to keep the young guy.
You know, and then we also dumped a lot of faith into Martavis Bryant, which...
Yeah, that was a bad move.
Man,
that was a bad move.
Yeah, but shit, I mean, I would have even jumped on that move.
Yeah, but he killed us in one game. You know, so I can kind of see why, you know, and the Raiders are all about, what are they, reclamation projects, you know? So I understand why, but at the same time, yeah, it just did not work out.
He did so well in Pittsburgh just to come over to Oakland and fail.
Yeah.
And that's what bummed me out. I was like, damn, this guy had so much promise, and as soon as he comes to our team, that's it, you know? He just didn't do anything besides get busted for smoking weed.
Yeah.
Which I think is bullshit anyway.
Yeah, the league has to let that go. They're pumping these athletes full of pain pills, you know, let that go.
Not only that, but you're living in a legal state. Let the state decide, since, you know, you happen to be making money for the revenue of that state.
But again, the players are employees, so they have to follow their employer rules. Whatever.
Right, but
they should let it go, though.
I was about to say, didn't a lot of employers change their rules when that got legalized? Yeah.
Yeah, but the NFL takes forever. Remember, they were the second team in Vegas, you know? So even though it was, you know, they helped us get there, we were the second team in Vegas. So the NFL, you know, they're behind on the time.
Well, at least we're not as far behind as they are in baseball. I don't mean to talk smack on baseball, but I haven't watched a decent baseball game in years, and I try to catch every World Series, you know, but
yeah, I haven't really watched a lot of baseball since the Rangers broke my heart.
Yep. I was an athletics fan for a long time, but you know, I really started despising the athletics because I got tired of seeing that stupid baseball diamond on a 50-yard line. You know it's bad when you're wishing that your baseball team fails before playoffs, to where you don't have to have that diamond in the middle of the Raiders field.
Just to watch your team fail, the Raiders fail after that. That was a
yeah, ain't it? Yeah, but I mean, it was nice to win that final game, or supposed final game in Oakland. But looks like we'll be there for one more year.
Oh yeah. That's what he should do. Just let it go. Go ahead, get in there, stick to your guns. Only pay him $7. Make sure that they're not changing the deal on you. Don't pay any more. Only pay less. But I'm pretty sure he's gonna want to stick with the same amount, both of them. But just get in there, get it over with, and let's get out of there.
Well, I'll be goddamned if I want to make San Francisco any money. I don't want the 49ers organization to make any kind of money off the Raiders.
Yeah.
The city of San Diego,
especially not after that last Battle of the Bay,
Right, and then exactly, and then of course when they killed us with a third-string quarterback who they called up from the practice squad.
That was crazy.
That was just our luck. And if you've noticed, the Raiders, if anybody's going to break any records, it's always against the Raiders.
Yes. And it's former Raiders doing it to us a lot of times.
Yeah, former Raiders doing it to us too, and it's always against us. And it's like, wow, this dude just totally eclipsed this dude's fucking record.
Yeah. Man, come on, man.
And it's always against us. And you get tired of seeing that shit. It's heartbreaking. Patrick Mahomes did it to us last year. We broke the most touchdown passes thrown by a rookie quarterback in a season.
Man, Patrick Mahomes, dude, I think he's going to be a one-year wonder. And I think that all that thrown across the field is going to come back and bite him in the ass, dude. And he's not going to get away with that kind of shit. And
I have a feeling
if by next year, if he's still throwing the ball in the middle of the field and the defenders cannot stop him, you have to seriously question whether you even pay defenders. High amount of money,
He's your new Colin Kaepernick is what he is. He's going to be your one-hit wonder. He took the team to the, AFC Championship game?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's going to people are going to start studying him. They're going to really start.
Well, that's what Belichick did.
Well, not only that, but they were sitting there blowing smoke up his ass because he threw that ball left-handed and completed that pass. Remember?
Yeah,
that was the ugliest fucking pass I've ever seen.
Hey, but didn't that one quarterback in the AAF fucking throw that no-look behind the back pass to that one guy? But then he caught it. That was last week, I think.
Exactly.
Dude. This is just, the defenders are so undisciplined in today's NFL. They're all looking for the big hit, to get the turnover, and that's why the Patriots are so successful, because they just do your job. And that's why they were able to shut down Mahomes and then go shut down the Rams. Because all those players had to do was do their job.
I think defenses have changed, exactly. It used to be play the ball, not the player. Yeah. And they're not doing that anymore. They're playing the player and not the ball. You'll notice it with the corners all the time. When the ball's in the air, they're too busy looking at the wide receiver trying to get their hands in there instead of looking around, turning their head, and looking for the ball. It's why Deion Sanders and Charles Woodson, corners like that were absolutely phenomenal, because they would turn to look for the ball.
Yeah.
And that's what kills me. It's all about big hits. And it's honestly why offenses are just basically rolling over the top of these defenses, is because there is no defense. It's.
Well, some people they'll argue that the league won't let them play defense. Okay, they're not going to let you lead with the crown of your helmet, but at the same time, dude, if you can't trail your defender or your guy that you're supposed to cover when Patrick Mahomes is running to the sideline and try to bait Mahomes to throw back to where you're in position to get an interception, if you're just going to run off and try to tackle Mahomes and leave your guy open, that's the problem. That's a problem.
Not only on top of that, but when was the last time that you saw an actual cornerback in the league that was like Nnamdi Asomugha, Deion Sanders, Charles Woodson? You don't see guys like that anymore because they don't make them like that anymore, man. They don't. I don't know what it is, but I think they're dumber now. And I mean, it's just, I'm not trying to be real harsh about it, but I just don't think they teach the position like they used to. They have had to change a lot of the rules, yes, because they've favored the offenses, but Deion Sanders could have still played in the league with these rules and still been phenomenal. Charles Woodson proved that he could still play in the league with these rules and still be phenomenal. How many interceptions did he have for us that last year? I mean, shit, I think it was like 4 or 5. You know, I mean, he could still play the position and play it superbly. And then dudes like Namdi, who used to shut down one side of the field. Now, they all do try to sit there and beef up these new cornerbacks, you know, like a Patrick Peterson or...
Peterson was good, though. You know, Peterson was good.
But they don't make him like Namdi anymore, dude.
Keem Talib, but I don't really buy into paying defenders that much these days, especially with the rules and how these kids are coming out of college, these quarterbacks, and they're just fucking throwing up all kinds of yards.
Yeah, I mean, NFL's doing that to themselves, and it's because they won't let the defense play defense.
Yeah,
you know, if they would.
That's what I mean. It's like you gotta invest your money in the offense a little bit more and hope. Like there's the model, right, where you have the rookie quarterback on the rookie contract, and you build around him with the defense, right, and the offense. But at the same time, it's like, man, you can get your one quarterback under contract and his second contract, and then you can build pieces around him all young on their first contract, and then when they come up to their second contract, instead of spending a bunch of money on them, you trade them for a first round, and you get more talent in there to keep building around that quarterback. That's kind of where I would hope that John Gruden's going, is that he's going to collect draft picks as much as possible to flip, and then at the same time he's going to get free agents in key positions like free safety or strong safety and the strong side linebacker to cover the tight ends and things like that, and hopefully shut down the offense without spending too much money, because these defenders, man, they're just not really playing smart.
Well, and that all has to do with the system. You know what I mean? Nobody really knows that system yet. Well, they're going to know it next year, especially since Paul Gunther's coming back. Now, I'm really happy about that. Now, what about Greg Olsen? I've had a lot of bad to say about this guy, but this fucking dude's coming back.
Well, he's been offered jobs, from what I hear.
I really wish he would take him and just get the fuck out.
I don't know, dude. Remember, we all wanted Musgrave gone, dude, and then we got Downey. And that really killed us.
I remember Olsen back from before, man. And, I've been one of those firm believers that he's never gone over 500. I don't even think he's gotten close to 500 as a Raider. His first season as offensive coordinator, he went 3-13. His second year was 4-12, and his third year was 5-11.
Yeah, well, I mean, the only thing I can say is that we already have enough. Well, of course, the only thing is, we've had a lot of turnaround already in the coaching staff. So any, consistency is kind of what you want, stability.
Well, I know, and I know that's why we're not going to get rid of him. Damn, man, couldn't we have got somebody better to bring in last year than to have this dude who clearly failed with Derek Carr in his rookie season?
Well, I think that's why they brought Brian McCallahan in, right? Bill's son, but I mean, he got a job offer somewhere else, So that might be what that is, Greg Olsen might just be like a backup plan that's there because he worked with Carr, and he would be able to bridge that gap between Derek Carr and John Gruden. Now, why he would still be there if that bridge is already bridged, that gap's already bridged, I don't know, but I would think because they lost Brian Callahan.
Yeah, but seeing that as in they went 3-13 with their first tenure, and 5-11 their second tenure, you would obviously think that those two don't have good chemistry together. So why are they working together?
I don't know. I mean that makes sense. That makes sense, but I would just say it's by default, maybe.
Well, yeah, but I mean, as soon as we replaced it with Musgrave, Carr turned into a completely different quarterback. I mean, it wasn't like really completely different. It was, wow, he's finally starting to get it. You know what I mean? And
wouldn't that be nice to bring? Wouldn't that be nice to bring Musgrave back in with Gruden to work with Carr?
Yes. I really wish that would be possible, but what is his contract deal like with Denver?
Yeah, he's with Denver now. Yeah, I think he's probably going to be there for a couple years. I mean, yeah, I would think, what do they sign him to, like 2 or 3 year deals?
Yeah. Hey, speaking of Denver, Joe Flacco and Case Keenum.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I can see where he's going with that. You know, he went after Eli Manning and had some Super Bowl appearances and won one. So I see where he's going with that. But I'm not sure that Flacco, you know, is that. He's not a Manning type quarterback, you know. But at the same time, it's like there's just more competition that makes it harder on our defense. Because Flacco's he's no slouch, you know.
Yeah, speaking of quarterbacks that didn't do well in Super Bowls, that was Peyton Manning, and they still won.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know exactly what you mean. That's probably exactly the route they are going. I find it humorous because I never thought Joe Flacco was that good even during their Super Bowl run. That big throw that everybody talked about that he threw to that one receiver who was on Dancing with the Stars, Jones, I don't know what was his name.
Not quite sure.
But it was an underthrow. You know what I mean? The throw was ugly. It just happened to be the receiver just happened to be at the right spot at the right time. And he was publicized and glorified over that one throw. I've never been a real big believer in Joe Flacco. And and his past couple of years over there in Baltimore kind of proved it. You know, but hey, we'll see what he does as a Bronco. I hope he likes being on his back.
Yeah, I just hope he throws a lot of interceptions when he plays us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling that we're going to get rid of Rashawn Melvin because Rashawn Melvin is not the guy.
Yeah, no,
they'll
try to keep Worley over him for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And I hope we go and try to pick up DeAndre Baker, man. I think DeAndre Baker would be a steal, especially if we could pick him up in like the 3rd round. You know what I mean?
Well, no, I haven't really looked into the draft just yet. Still trying to figure out what the fuck could happen in free agency.
Yeah, man. To be honest with you, man, go look up some footage on DeAndre Baker.
Okay, I will, but I'll tell you one thing. If we can get Rashawn Gary in the late 1st or like the early 2nd, I don't know where. I don't know. We would pick mid, right, in the 2nd. Right. But if we can get him in the late 1st, he might be good. You know, he's supposedly one of those defenders that can move around on the line. You know.
Yeah, man. Well, you know what? I think we need to do all defense first, regardless on whether we trade down in the 1st round or not.
I'll buy into that. You know, go ahead and get in like either
free agency. We already know how Gruden likes to build his team. He likes to build his team through free agency.
Yeah.
It's why we got Jerry Rice. It's why we picked up Rich Gannon. You know, he was able to build his team just like that last time, and I foresee him doing the same exact thing this time, except for maybe with an Antonio Brown, maybe, or you know, possibly another free agent wide receiver out there that could be of some use. Because to be honest with you, Jordy Nelson's not going to cut it. The dude's a possession wide receiver and a possession wide receiver only since his injury. So I really foresee that we were going to go after a speedster, but we can't re-sign Martavis Bryant again.
See, I think Randall Cobb's he's a free agent, and then Golden Tate's a free agent. So those two might be something into looking. Those two might be players to worth looking into.
But, and depending on their contracts, yeah, absolutely. If they're cheaper than Jordy, then I think we should let Jordy go. You know, or even move Jordy to the slot.
Yeah, Jordy in the slot might be good. You know, like he's like you said, he's one of those possession receivers. So we're working him, underneath, for first downs. Yeah, no, just work him underneath and try to pick up those first downs.
But he's got sure hands. He definitely doesn't drop the ball like Crabtree or Cooper, for instance. You know, that's one thing I did like about Jordy is at least when he was targeted, he would come down with the ball. Man, that's from what we did last year. I would just like to kind of see a complete change with the win-loss column. And have some of these things start working out for us.
Well, I mean, yeah, like the first 4 games.
Why do we have so many problems with the line? Like we had.
Well, the 2 rookie tackles, man, they just were not gelling with KO and Gabe at first, and then when those 2 went down, it was even worse, you know.
Right, when Penn is the reason why Derek Carr got hurt. I still fucking believe that to this day. I'm not saying that he did it on purpose, but I'm just saying he's not very good.
No, he didn't do it on purpose. He didn't do it on purpose in 2016. He just got beat by that guy on the Colts. Now, 2017, it's a whole other topic. You know, but Penn, to me, his time is done, man. He held out, then he got, we didn't do shit, and then he got hurt, and then he got hurt again. It's like it's
Yeah.
time for Penn to go. You know,
It's time for us to move on from him, dude.
I'd rather re-sign Good. You know, to
Yep.
give us that depth and that swing tackle type player or guard. I mean, that swing type guard. You know, because he came in and he played fairly well. I mean, you know, he was terrible, I think, except for the first game
Let's
he
say,
played.
ain't that something that we gave up C.J. Anderson for that tackle to bring him in, and C.J. Anderson got to play in the Super Bowl?
Well, I mean, that was just C.J. Anderson's shot to show that he could still play and he was still ready, and the team would take him, and that's why he got that time. But I wouldn't. I didn't really want him to begin with. I mean, I would rather.
I wanted him, but then again, I was sitting there looking at it going, we're already stacked at running back. What the hell did we bring in another running back for?
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know, and
because they were
Not Chris
fumbling,
Warren.
one of them got hurt. But yeah, when Chris Warren comes back, that's the thing. If he can stay healthy, he looks like he's going to be the power back. You know, young,
Well-
fresh legs.
yeah, and that's what we need. See, a lot of people think, oh, young scat backs. No, that doesn't work with the Raiders. We've never been a young scat back kind of team. The only young scat back that ever really worked out for us was Marcus Allen, and that's because he would sit there and he would do like a Barry Sanders kind of thing. He would go this way and then he would go that way, and somehow, some way, he would get around the edge. Any other time that we've had a running back that was successful, it was bruisers like O.
Tyrone
Jackson,
Wheatley,
Tyrone
Bo
Wheatley,
Jackson, yeah.
Napoleon Kaufman, big dudes, you know, trucks.
Kaufman wasn't a bruiser though.
You know.
Kaufman wasn't a bruiser though.
Oh,
but
my
man,
bad.
he was that one. He's
which one was that?
no, but see,
No.
look. That's what Gruden's looking for is that power back, change of pace back combination
Right.
again. That's what Gruden's looking for, and you would hope that a Rashard and a Warren would give you what Kaufman and Tyrone Wheatley and even Gardner and Wheatley gave you. You know.
Yeah, because that's the thing, is that's what we need, because we need that big bruiser back. Now, you would think that we would have it with Marshawn Lynch, but Marshawn Lynch is old. But
man, I think
he
Marshawn
showed-
Lynch, dude, I was so hyped up about him, dude. I had his picture plastered all over my Facebook with the 2 middle fingers up, with dancing and shit. But when he went out there and he defended Marcus Peters of the fucking
you are,
Chiefs, I lost all respect for him, dude.
Yeah,
But, I mean, the man is a badass community service type player. He's a beast to crack your fucking helmet, but at the same time, man, it's like, you fucking defended the Chiefs, you motherfucker. Fuck you,
Yeah, I don't give a fuck who the fuck that guy is inside that uniform there. It's that you don't look past that uniform.
No,
I
I hate
not,
the
not
Chiefs,
when it's
dude.
game day.
I
you
hate
know?
the Chiefs. They got us on the all-time record. Like, there's no reason any Raider fan should ever fucking root for the Chiefs because you're a Patrick Mahomes fan. Fuck his ass too.
Nope.
I almost got kicked out of my fan club for calling Alex Smith some vulgar names. Okay, like I hate the Chiefs. Yeah, dude. It was so bad. People were like, "Hey, maybe that guy shouldn't come around anymore." I hate them so much, dude.
Yeah, well, I feel the same way about Alex Smith and his noodle arm having ass.
That
I
fucking
never cared
smile
for
he
him.
had. That fucking smile he had every time he completed a pass. Like, oh God, I wish Mac would have just fucking ripped his head off, man.
Yeah, man. I couldn't stand him. I couldn't stand Gerbach. I couldn't stand all the quarterbacks that they've ever had, man. Who was that other one that was always Trent Green? Oh, man, I loved it when we hit that guy.
What was his name? Even Steve DeBerg, right? Back when
Steve
the early
DeBerg.
90s, when Arshell was there, they kept us out of the playoffs and beat us in the playoffs a couple times, right?
Yeah, they did.
I hate the Chiefs, dude.
They damn sure did. Well, one of those losses we shouldn't have took. If Marinovich would have showed up and played that playoff game, we would have never lost that game. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker was too busy eating Big Macs.
He was high, man.
And he was high. I wanted to go eat some Big Macs. He said, fuck it, I ain't showing up to the game.
I mean, people wonder why everybody loves seeing Derek Carr play for us. Even though we're not winning, it's like, it's not Todd Marunovich.
Yeah, it's not Todd Marinovich. Dude gets
It's
all
not
the playoffs
Jamarcus
that don't show up.
Russell. Like,
Yeah.
goddamn, just build a team around this kid. We've seen him do it in 2016. If that's the kind of quarterback he is, I'm fine with it. If he's
Exactly. Nobody was
just do
ragging
it.
on him his rookie year. Nobody was ragging on him his rookie year because they were too busy ragging on Johnny Manziel. We could have had
Yeah.
Johnny Manziel.
Oh, it would have been.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been even worse, man.
Exactly. So, I mean, a lot of these guys just kind of need to lighten up. You know, I mean, luckily, you know, guys like me and you, we know what it's like not to have a franchise quarterback.
The only thing is, dude, is like, even though, yeah, they do need to lighten up, there's still Raider fans that are pissed off about losing, and so really, Derek Carr has to win. And right now, we may not be able to get our roster up, you know, built up enough for him to be able to win comfortably. He's gonna have to run. That's the only knock that I have on him. He has to run.
I'll say it too, and I mean, as a matter of fact, Sanjay T.
I like that guy.
Video. Yeah, he posted up a video on Twitter, and he was showing I guess it would be the AFC divisional game in between the Patriots and the Chargers. And he was like, well, what should have Phillip Rivers done here to get, you know, past this shit? And I was like, well, for one, he shouldn't have been Phillip Rivers. And number two, after your second read, you should have tucked the ball and ran instead of standing back there looking for your third option to get open.
Yeah.
You know, and
well,
that's the problem with Derek Carr.
That's his only weakness.
As I was replying it, is like, you know, Derek Carr fucking makes this boneheaded mistake too.
Well, no, because he can read the defense, but he just does not have the tackles to do it right now.
Well, it's almost like he doesn't want to tuck the ball and run anymore now. You remember in his first 2 seasons, this dude would take off running at the drop of a hat and dive head first out of bounds.
Yeah, but we didn't have the offensive line then either. Then he got used to that offensive line. So, yeah, I understand. Yeah, I know. He has to run. I understand. Yes, I said it. He did too.
Again,
he needs to run.
I've never broke my fibula. I don't know what it feels like down there, and I'm pretty sure
he had to overcome all that. He had to overcome all that, but he got to go back to that first couple of years where he didn't have that awesome offensive line, and he did run a little bit because it helps him out.
It does help him out. It also extends plays.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about that's the new NFL nowadays, is that your quarterback has to be able to use his legs to extend plays.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about extending plays and throwing the ball up in the middle of the field and hoping for the best. I'm just talking about running up in the middle of the pocket when it's there and getting 5 yards and sliding down. Because then you're gonna inch those linebackers up and closer and closer.
Even 2 and 3 is fine with me. Just get the ball up the field a little bit, go out of bounds.
Make them know. Make them fear that you're gonna run. Make them think that you're gonna run. You know.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. You got to put that element in there, because if you don't, then they're just gonna sit there and they're gonna play zone all day long. They're gonna cover the middle, and then they're gonna drop the safeties back on your wide receivers while your corners are playing man. What are you gonna do? You're gonna sit there and you're basically a sitting duck back there in the pocket if you don't move. I mean, it is what it is. You know, that's why I love the game of football, man. It evolves every year.
Yeah.
It evolves every year.
All right, well, all this is being recorded, so you're all right with this recording and me putting it on my channel, right?
Yeah, that's fine, man.
You know, anything that you can remember that you want me to cut out, just send me in your text.
Well, anything that might fucking make it seem like I'm an asshole, you know what I mean? But I just like to shit about
man, you're on the Raider Homer hotline, brother. It's okay to be an asshole here.
Yeah. Too many fucking rumors, man. You know, way too many rumors. It's like, we already in the news enough as it is. How about you just report on what's real, because you know there's going to be news out there about it. Kind of like the PJ Hall thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's fake, though, dude. That shit was fake.
Well, it's all garbage, man. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that Oakland Raider fan who was trying to get in a fight with Kenya, dude.
See, that's why I don't want to spend a whole bunch of time on content that's just fucking clickbait, you know, just searching for any kind of crazy ass story to report on. I just want to show the things that make me love the Raiders. Do the things that make me love the Raiders, you know, on my channel.
Yeah, because the only reason why in the hell I even did that is because it pissed me off. I was like, really? I was like, you could have done anything else. We done picked up Mike Mayock as a general manager. We've had all this news about us, but this dude's gonna report this story about an Oakland Raider player of being bisexual or gay or whatever it is, and isn't it 2019? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that shit doesn't matter, you know, but they were just trying to extort him.
Well, that's what I mean. It just bothers me, and it's like, and then this poor guy, now he's being slandered online, which actually it helped him out, because I thought I saw a lot more support for him than I saw against him, you know, on as a matter of fact, I think I saw all support and no dismay toward him. So, I mean, it really just helped him out. It put him in the
Man, the
limelight.
Raider
A lot of people
Nation,
backed him up.
the Raider Nation doesn't give a fuck about any of that, dude. We don't care if you're white, black, or brown, dude. If you can win, you're in.
Well, like I said, I don't think it really affects a football IQ. Why should it? You know, I mean,
right.
What I don't get is why people have got to be so petty. Why do they got to discriminate so hard against, hey, this dude eats peas and this dude eats green beans?
That's just the way they are, man.
Just the way the world is, man. And I kind of just wish, they would, especially like within the Raider Nation, man. Like I'm really happy to be a part of this because we are the most diverse fan base.
Yeah.
We are the most accepting fan base if you really sit there and think about it.
Oh, yeah.
And as a matter of fact, I mean, I'd be willing to go out here on a limb and say that every other fan base strives to want to be like us. Because there is no other fan base in the league.
Because there's only one nation.
That's right. There's only one nation, dude. There's only one nation. And all these other motherfuckers can sit there and jump on their little toys about Chiefs Nation and
Chiefs
all this other...
Fuck the Chiefs, motherfucker. Raider Nation.
Exactly. You guys need to go get your own ploy.
You fucking Ronald McDonald clad bastards, man.
Well, that's all they do, man, is pull off a bus, and then they want to sit there and try to say it's original.
Yeah, dude.
Anyway, Raider homie, man, this has been an awesome conversation. I can't wait to talk to you in the future.
Same here, man.
And yeah, let me know exactly how everything goes around with the sound device and everything that I've done sent you. And if you have any questions about it, let me know, and I'll show you exactly how to set it up to make the sound absolutely pristine.
All right, cool. Thanks, Raider Critique, and I'll give you a call soon, all right?
All right, Raider Homer.
Bye.
All right, bro. Later.
Later.